next speaker, another wonderful supporter of the organization, served on the board for over 20 years, also served as a volunteer. Please help us welcome Learning Leaders Board Chairman Jeremy Koch.
Thank you, Dana. I am the board chair of Learning Leaders, and I'm proud to say that I have been associated with this organization for almost 25 years, both as a board member and as a volunteer at Brooklyn International High School. So I feel a part of this group in a very fundamental way. Having been around for as long as I have, I've seen Learning Leaders go through a lot of changes. And I can tell you that from where I stand today, I feel very strongly that this organization has never been more in the moment. And I say that because at a time when there's a lot of debate about how to fix or change or improve the public school system, there's one thing that absolutely everybody agrees on, and that is the importance of family engagement. And that's a good thing for Learning Leaders because at its core, that is really what this organization is all about. Now, it hasn't always been that way. When I first started working with Learning Leaders over 20 years ago, the organization was primarily made up of what we call community volunteers, which are people who are committed and dedicated to education and want to give back to their communities, but are not actually public school parents. And we still have a lot of community volunteers. In fact, we have over 1,000 people among our Learning Leaders volunteers who fall into that category. But over the years, the overall profile of the Learning Leaders volunteer has changed. Today, Learning Leaders has changed dramatically. In the past 2 decades, we have been transformed from an organization that was mainly about community volunteers to an organization that is all about involving public school families in the education process. Today, over 85% of our volunteers are parents or family members of current students. And not only that, the focus of our programs has also expanded. Where we were once dedicated exclusively to volunteering, now we also conduct hundreds of workshops each year to teach family members who don't have the time to be volunteers to play a more active role in their own children's academic efforts. So where Learning Leaders was once simply a volunteer organization, today we are an organization that supports increased family engagement on many levels and in multiple ways. And we do it at a substantial scale, with over 7,000 volunteers in classrooms and almost 5,000 families attending our workshops each year. We are not only the largest parent engagement organization in New York City, we are the largest parent organization in the country. So we have real scale. We also have real impact. We recently asked teachers to tell us what are the effects of having a Learning Leader volunteer in their classroom. And here's what they told us. 96% of them said that when there's a Learning Leader volunteer in their classroom, their students improve in their schoolwork. 89% of them said that when there's a Learning Leader in their classroom, their students showed more interest in what they're learning and paid more attention in class. And 92% of them said that their students showed an increase in their self-confidence. We also asked parents who attended our workshops about how their behavior changed as a result of attending those sessions. 75% of them said that they now read to their children more often. Over 50% of them said that they now take their children to the library to get books to read on a more frequent basis. And 90% of them said that they now make sure that their kids have a quiet place to study and do their homework. Most important, though, several years ago, we used the DOE's own database to analyze the academic performance of children of Learning Leaders volunteers and compared it to the other children in the school system. The results showed that the children of Learning Leaders volunteers scored almost 15% higher on standardized tests. So, those are impressive numbers, and they tell us something very important. which is that learning leaders makes a difference. So congratulations on being a part of what's working right in the education system. You do invaluable work, and you're having a real difference and making a real impact on the present and future success of New York City school children. I only wish there were more of you. Thank you.